Yes. When we have to start with Hayavadana, the play doesn't get a good start if we don't mention and in detail look about the author, the great playwright, the great actor, the director. All these made to one, all these put to one is none else than Girish Karnad. So we'll have to see a detailed description about Girish Karnad and his contribution to literature. So Girish Karnad, Girish Raghunath Karnad, and 19th of May 1938 to 10th of June 2019. We lost him 2 years back. And his occupation could go in diverse streams as a playwright, as a film director, film actor, poet. And so he's a person who's got a huge experience, a huge lot of experience, you could say, from different parts of the world. He has made his education abroad, and the kind of experience he grabbed from there has helped them to put Indian myths and history and all those like taking even the cultures from European culture and the exactly the even the post-colonial themes you could find reflected in his place. So Girish Karnad was born 19th of May 1938, and this is one of the finest articles I had found about Girish Karnad. And what you could see is, by this time this article was written about him, all his contributions made together. He was living that time, and we lost him by 2019 on 10th of June. Hopefully, he has not witnessed a wave of the COVID waves, anything like that. So Raghunath Karnad, Girish Karnad, popularly named as Girish Karnad, is a contemporary writer, playwright, screenwriter, actor, movie director in Kannada language. Kannada language is in fact enriched. Even I always tend to whenever I always say about my favorite author, I will always go with Sudhamurthy, and a kind of a aesthetic sense they have in the writing. This Kannada writers. So he is a contemporary writer, playwright, screenwriter, actor, and movie director in Kannada language. His rise as a playwright in 1960s marked the coming of an age of modern Indian playwriting in Kannada. So just as Bada Sarkar did in Bengali, Vijay Tendulkar in Marathi. So you have almost contemporaries of the time given there. And he's a recipient of the 1998 Jnanapith Award. So he's one of the greatest award is there, Jnanapith Award. He is a recipient of the 1998 Jnanapith Award, the highest literary honor conferred in India. So Girish Raghunath Karnad is a recipient of 1998 Jnanapith Award, the highest literary honor conferred in India. And he could be even compared to his contemporaries, Bedal Sarkar in Bengali, Vijay Tendulkar in Marathi, and Mohan Rakesh in Hindi, all those. And though he rose as a playwright from the year 1960s onwards. So one of the plays, one of his famous plays we are going to deal is Hayavadana. Almost like that you have Nagamandala. So if you are getting more and more time, you can read Hayavadana, and apart from that you can just go on to Nagamandala and Tuklak. So many works are there which are very so that's Tuklak and Tali Danda. Tali Danda is death by beheading. So that is one of the prominent plays again by Tuklak, 1964, and Tali Danda, that is death by beheading. If you translate to Kannada to English, is death by beheading. All those works. And Nagamandala is a good one. You can just go through the summary at least if you don't find a play. And I've been trying to find a PDF of this. But it's not possible to get proper, so possibly we'll have to get a copy of the text. So for 4 decades, Karnad has been composing plays, often using history and mythology. So this is really important. So he has been writing, he has been composing plays, often using history and mythology. And I have found in his readings, like there is a post-colonial element that you can find reflected in his works even. So for 4 decades, Karnad has been composing plays, often using history and mythology, to tackle contemporary issue. He has translated his plays into English and received acclaim. And his plays, so not just in Kannada, all these plays he himself has translated to English. And his plays have been translated into some Indian languages that directors like Ibrahim Al-Qazi and Karnwet and Aliku Padamsri, I don't know which language all these belong. So even all this his works been translated to many Indian languages again, and he is active. He is active in the world of Indian cinema, working as an again. He is active in the world of Indian cinema. He is active in the world of Indian cinema, working as a actor, director, screenwriter in Hindi and Kannada flicks, earning awards along the way. And he was conferred Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. 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 Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan by the government of India. He was conferred Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan by the government of India. 1 second. So you can take it. He was an actor, director, screenwriter in Hindi and Kannada, and again Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan by the government of India, and won 4 Filmfare Awards, and where there are 3 Filmfare Awards for the Best Director and Kannada, and 1 Filmfare for the Best Screenplay Award. So all these his contributions and acclaims he has won throughout these years. And early life and education. Though he was born in Maharashtra, again he moved to Karnataka, and after there he got some primary education from there. Then he moved to Oxford for his masters, and where he has got masters in philosophy, then politics and economics in Lincoln and Magdalen colleges in Oxford, and masters of arts in philosophy and political science and economics again. So you can read through all these. And I have actually this passed the documents to you, the PDF files to you. And career is first he was working as a Oxford University Press in Chennai for 7 years, later resigned to take up writing for a full-fledged, and after that he worked with the local amateur theatre groups, the Madras Players. So this is about his career is given there. Now we will focus on not just his life and career, but we will focus on his literature. That is important for us. So literature. Karnad is known as a playwright. So even for us, we have to consider him as a playwright because we are dealing with Hayavadana. Karnad is known as a playwright. His plays written in Kannada have been translated to English and some other Indian languages. Karnad's plays are written neither in English, in which he vainly dreamt of earning international. He never dreamt of earning international literary fame as a poet, nor in his mother tongue, Konkani. He did not write even in his Konkani mother tongue. Instead, they are composed in his adopted language, Kannada. Initially, his command of Kannada was so poor that he often failed to distinguish between short and long vowels, Laghu and Dirgha. And when Karnad started writing plays, Kannada literature was highly influenced by the Renaissance in Western literature. And now, as in Western literature, there was even Renaissance rhythms in Kannada language, and by the time his writing was finding it so difficult. And writers would choose a subject which he looked entirely alien to manifestation of native soil. And see, Rajagopalachari's version of Mahabharata, published 1951, left a deep impact on him. So he was trying to come up with new ideas, and this was Rajagopalachari's version of Mahabharata, published in 1951, left a deep impact on him. And soon, sometime in the mid-1950s, one day, he experienced a rush of dialogue spoken by characters from Mahabharata in his adopted language, Kannada. So you wanted to put all those into Kannada language. I could actually hear the dialogues being spoken into my ears. Actually, some kind of innovations, invocations coming to him, and he was trying to put in his own language as the Mahabharata's dialogues, as Rajagopalachari has put in his new version. The dialogues were just echoing to him in Kannada. So it's why he has taken the mythological elements and again history together. I could actually hear the dialogues being spoken into my ears. I was just a scribe, said Karnad in a later India. I was just scribing it out, and I was just a scribe, and actually the dialogues were just echoing in my ears. Eventually, Yayadi was published in Yayadi, again a play, was published in 1961. When he was 23 years old, it is based on the story of King Yayadi, one of the ancestors of Pandavas, who was cursed into premature old age by his preceptor, Shukracharya, who was incensed at Yayadi's infidelity. So now this is again a story from mythology that is put to his work Yayadi. Now you have the thread of the story taken from again the stories of Pandavas. From there he has got a thread line of Yayadi, the king that time. Yayadi in turn asked his sons to sacrifice the youth for him, and one of them agrees. It ridicules the ironies of life through characters in Mahabharata. It became an instant success, immediately translated and staged in several other Indian languages. So it was taking a route away from what Mahabharata and the stories they told, and there were people trying to do sacrifices. That was even prominent when he has come up with Yayadi. In a situation like that, Karnad found a new approach like drawing historical and mythological sources to take contemporary themes and existentialist critics of modern man. So existentialism, existence of man, and through his characters locked in psychological and philosophical conflicts. So there was themes of existentialism, there was the idea of existentialism in his work, there was psychological and deep philosophical conflicts that his characters underwent, and that he was tremendously putting to his authors, readers, not involuntarily, to his readers. And his next was Tughlaq 1964, about a rashly idealist 14th century Sultan of Delhi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, an allegory on the Nehruvian era which started with ambitious idealism and ended up in disillusionment. So it's about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. And this established Karnad, now 26 years old, as a promising playwright in the country. It was staged at the National School of Drama Repertory under the direction of Ibrahim Al-Qazi, with actor Manohar Singh playing the visionary king who later became disillusioned and turns bitter at Mr. Historic Purana Quilla in Delhi. It was later staged in London by the National School of Drama for the Festival of India in 1982. Then we go with the Hai Vadana, the work we are going to do. Hai Vadana was based on the theme Haya Vadana, like two, like a faces is there and Haya is a horse. So now Haya Vadana was based on the theme of drawn from the transposed heads, a novel, 1940 novel by novella by Thomas Mann, which is originally found in Kada Sarisagara. So now you have Thomas Mann with the work like transposed heads, and now he has got a theme from Thomas Mann's transposed heads, but Thomas Mann has got the idea from Kada Sarisagara. Herein he employed the folk theatre form of Yakshagana. A German version of the play was directed by Vijaya Mehta as a part of the repertoire of Deutsches National Theatre, Weimar. Nagamandala play with Cobra, I mentioned about Nagamandala earlier. Nagamandala play with Cobra was based on a folk tale related to him by A.K. Ramanujan, brought him the Karnataka Sahitya Academy Award for the most creative work of 1989. It was directed by J. Garland Wright as a part of the celebrations of the 30th anniversary of Gudri Theatre, Minneapolis. The theatre subsequently commissioned him to write the play Agni Mattu Mele, The Fire and the Rain, and though before it came Taledanda, Death by Beheading 1990, which used the backdrop the rise of Veerashaivism, a radical protest reform movement 12th century Karnataka, to bring out the current issues. So all these, any of his plays you take, there is a social or radical theme coming in his works, where you have the mythological elements put together, where there is history, where there is existentialism. All these elements you can find in all the plays of Girish Karnad. So now again you have some movies given here, other notable works and awards and honors he has received for his cinema, and some controversies is given here. So this is for your part to read on filmography, movies and movies directed and works in translation. Yayadi, Tughlaq, Hai Vadana, Tughlaq, 3 plays and collected plays, dramatic monologues, and 3 plays by Girish Karnad. All these goes his works in translation again to different languages by himself and by other writers. And for further readings, the links and all is given. So at least go through some of this, where you could have a reading of at least some external sources relating to the author and his works. So you will focus on Girish Karnad as a playwright, as a film director, film actor and poet, and again a playwright. So playwright most probably, because we are dealing with this literature where you have Hai Vadana, you can compare with other works of Ragamandala, Yayadi and Tughlaq, all those works you can even mention when you say about introductory part of the author, you can say about all these details. So what you can do is just go through all this is given, and about the author, about again I have passed another material on Hai Vadana and Girish Karnad together. Just read through all those. Make sure you get a copy of the textbook soon, because I can't find the PDF anywhere. It's not possible to share the text here. So try to get that a copy, then we can start with the play. Okay then, thank you.